That is correct. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso right here on S3. A very warm welcome to you if you've just joined us on this Tuesday morning. Now, it is estimated that 1% of the global population lives with vitiligo, a condition that causes the skin to lose its pigmentation and can have significant psychological and social impacts. And this morning, we bring much needed awareness to this World Vitiligo Day. And today, we are joined by Dr. Nompelo Ganshaw, a dermatologist, to help us understand more a bit about vitiligo, and also Marion De Vos, who lives with the condition and is here to share her personal journey. Sure. Doc, good morning. It is lovely to see you guys. Marion, thank you very, very much.
I'm glad you're talking about this.
I am also glad. I was telling them they look so stunning this morning, and it's so good to have more female energy in this space, right? But Doc and Marion, thank you for joining us this morning. Doc, maybe I could start with you and just ask you at the base level, what is vitiligo? I know it's now in our conversations on the daily, but there's some people that definitely are not quite sure about it.
Yeah. So what it is, it's basically a skin disorder where your own bodies are taking your own melanocytes. So melanocytes are basically the cells that gives your skin color. So your body is attacking them and then you lose the color. So when one has lost the color, then it is called vitiligo. So it can be in one spot or it can be all over the body.
Interesting. What causes it though?
So it's your own body, so there's no really cause for it. So your body just decides that it's just going crazy, and then it's just attacking your melanocytes.
It sounds like it's almost similar to what we would call an autoimmune disease, you know, where the body kind of mistakes its own makeup and starts attacking certain things.
Definitely.
Marion, I'm glad you're here, because like we said, 1% of the population, it's not a lot of people that will go through this, but which makes it so important that there is a focus on this, you know, and a day like this. Tell us about your journey. I mean, where it started for you and how you kind of, you know, just experienced it. I mean, from the beginning to where you are now.
Okay, so I first noticed my first spot. It was under the right side of my lip. It was incredibly tiny. That was in 2004. And I just brushed it off to the fact that because I'm anemic, I have a different autoimmune disease, anemia, and I thought, it's just anemia, I lack iron. I visited the doctor. He said, you know what, this is not a lack of iron. Go see a dermatologist. And in 2015, March of 2015, I was diagnosed with vitiligo. And to say it was the hardest time in my life would be an understatement. I'm the first person in my family to be diagnosed with vitiligo. I've never met anyone with vitiligo. So as a result of being diagnosed, I was also diagnosed with depression and anxiety because more than it affects the body, it affects the mind. I literally locked myself in the room for a good year. And eventually when I decided to leave my room, I covered up with more makeup than you can imagine. So I think the hardest part about vitiligo is how it affects you mentally, not physically.
Can I ask, what was the moment of change for you in terms of acceptance? What happened at that stage of your life? Because, I mean, like you said, psychologically, it must have been incredibly difficult, but there was a change for you.
There was a change. You know, I was locked in my room for more than a year. I was feeling very sorry for myself, and then I started going to therapy. And I found out what a self-love journey is, and I slowly went on that path. And a lot of people always ask me, like, what is the key to a self-love journey? And as much as it is having a bubble bath, going on a girl's trip or pampering yourself, I've realized the #1 important thing in a self-love journey is finding out, calling yourself out on your own nonsense. What role am I playing to cause my misery? And together with the help of my therapist, it was a game changer, you know? And the day that I stopped wearing makeup, I went out in public and I was signed to a modeling agency.
Fantastic, man.
And it's always, you know, they say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And I'll tell you for a fact that my boyfriend loved my skin long before I could even accept it. And so many people thought it was so beautiful, but I saw the issue with it. And I just think if you can accept yourself and you can love yourself like anything is possible.
I love that. And I love that it started with you, right? We're definitely going to continue this conversation in a bit, but I just wanted to ask you one quick question, Doc, about the misconceptions around it. I know across the continent, people actually lose their lives just because of misconceptions. So if you could just tell us or touch on it a bit, what are the misconceptions around vitiligo?
One of the greatest ones is that only black people or people of skin of color will get vitiligo, other people don't. It happens with all the races, any ethnicity, anyone can get. And also people think that it is contagious, so they don't want to touch people that have got vitiligo. It is not contagious at all. And then one of the crazy ones is like when somebody have got vitiligo comes across you, you have to look the other way, because if you have an eye contact with them, you are going to be getting it. And other people think that it is leprosy, or it is albinism, whereas it is not. So there's a whole lot of things that are associated with it that are wrong. So that is why we are here today, to make people aware that, you know what, it's all wrong.
Absolutely.
I love that. Dr. Gancho, thank you very much, man. Thank you very much for sharing your story. We are not done with you guys. We still have a lot to uncover. But if it comes to you, if you have any questions or you need advice, perhaps you know of someone or perhaps yourself are going through something like this and you really need that advice, tune in to Expresso in just a little bit and also connect with us on our socials. We'll be back with Dr. Gancho and Marion in just a bit.